Hello and welcome to my channel. Coast to Coast Road Trip Update 3. Welcome back and thanks for being here. I'm starting to lose track. I'm not even sure that this is Update 3, but I think it is. What day is it? How many days have we been on the road now? 6. This is day 6. We all like to make fun of politicians and rock stars and anybody else who can't recall where they are, but I'm there. I can relate. Forget where I've been and when the last time I talked to you, what I told you. I think the last time I talked to you, I told you about white sands, fuel economy, the oil fields. I did not talk about the fact that, that's all flyover country and people just don't realize how much our country depends on all of that, all of those oil fields and natural gas. Even if you want to drive electric cars and all that other save the environment type of stuff, none of it happens without petroleum and plastics. Plastics come from petroleum, but I don't know. I don't want to do a lecture on that, but it is something that I thought about as I drove past or drove through that area, that it is the lifeblood of the nation. Last night, yesterday, terribly long day. We drove from White Sands to Kingman, Arizona. Kingman and that whole area along 40 in Arizona, lots of Route 66 history in there. So we stopped at the Kingman station, which is a historic train station. We stopped at the train park, the locomotive park, I think that's what they called it. Took some pictures all throughout the Route 66 in there. Not an awful lot because we didn't want to stick around there all day, although we could have. And then we found this Armed Forces Memorial. Was it a memorial? I know that, I don't know if all the people who are listed along the roads are people who are memorialized,
no,
or if they're just
duty.
So they're active duty people who are currently serving, who are from Kingman, and there are lots of them from all the services. As we drove along Route 66, and I didn't record any of that. It's not like you would have been able to make out the faces on the video anyway. And then the memorial there at the locomotive park was kind of cool. We discovered that on accident. Go ahead and talk about what you saw in there.
They had the plaques honoring all of the military branches, including merchant marines, which was, they get forgotten about, just like the Coast Guard. They had a dedication to a Lieutenant Beale. I believe that's like somebody big.
Is that the name of that hotel?
Yes,
yeah,
Beale Hotel. And then there was Beale Street.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. The hotel, we took a picture of the, it's like a hotel sign, a big, I'll just show you a picture because I can't describe it, but apparently it was one of the first hotels that had air conditioning, but they didn't call it air conditioning. What did they call it?
Air-cooled.
Air-cooled. So made me think of an air-cooled Beetle. So I was like, what does air-cooled mean? Does it mean you open the windows and the air comes in? But yeah, I guess air conditioning was kind of new back in those days. What else? I didn't really go into the memorial area so much. I was taking pictures around the locomotive.
I took a little bit of video, so he'll probably include it in his podcast.
Sure.
If it's any good.
I'll share. Well, since she said she's going to share it, then it's going to get shared whether it's any good or not. So let's see how smooth her hand is. The whole gimbal-mounted wrist. I don't have any of that fancy video equipment. I had mentioned that this car had suffered a check engine light, flashing check engine light, probably because it did not like the load of the trailer and the wind and everything, the hills. It did better if I downshifted, and then sure enough, the flashing check engine light came back again. I'm getting a misfire on cylinder 3. But I'm not sure that it's the coil pack or the spark plug that's causing it, because later that last night, and this was a little, I don't want to say frightening, unnerving. I don't know, were you scared?
A little disconcerting.
the EPC light came on, and the car just started driving like crap. And I was pretty sure it was kind of like going into limp mode, like what I used to get in the diesel, but it wasn't a rev limiter like it was in the diesel. And it wasn't just a lack of boost, it was just terrible running. And even out of gear, just trying to rev the engine a little bit, it was terrible. So I stopped the car, and like with limp mode, if you've ever gotten limp mode, I think that's short for limp home. It's a fault condition where if your car suffers a fault, the computer goes into limp home mode so that it is still drivable, but with all performance parameters pulled back to preserve the car. And so I pulled over, super dark roads out here, and so I pulled over so that I could restart the car. With my old car, I would just restart it on the roll, but that won't work in this car. I mean, it will, but the lights shut off when you turn off the ignition to restart, so I didn't do that. So I pulled over and then restarted the car, and everything was fine. And for the rest of the evening, I drove the car in fourth gear, even at 70 miles an hour, fourth gear. And everything was great. So right now, I have two types of naysayers that are waiting to comment, just waiting to pounce a comment. The first ones are the ones that say Volkswagens are crap, my Honda, Acura, import, whatever, could have done it. And the other type are the ones that are saying, that's what you get for towing a trailer with your car. I don't know, I think if I had a factory tune in the car, it probably would be doing better, because it wouldn't be trying to advance timing so much to compensate for the extra load in the car. So stock, it probably would have done all right. It just would have pulled back power, and I don't know. It might also have done better if I was in a DSG transmission, because let's face it, I'm a lazy driver. I don't downshift when I probably should, and the car certainly does not like that. So yes, you can scold me all you want. I already know that I'm doing things that the car's not intended to do. I'm doing everything wrong. No, not really. I'm just doing things that the car is not supposed to do, and I get that. And no, I'm still not going to buy a pickup truck. So you can post that if you want. But yeah, so that's how the car is working now. It's nice and flat here. We're still at some sort of elevation, right? Didn't you say that Kingman is around 3,500 feet?
33.
All right, so we are at elevation, and but the road is flat, so it's driving fine in fifth gear. I'm not going to put it in sixth because I'm not going to try to test anything. We are, if I had to guess, I'd say about an hour. 20 minutes. I'm looking at the map. So this long is 20 minutes, I guess. But we're about 20 minutes outside of Needles. And we'll cross into California. Oh, gosh, we got to eat some fruit before we get there, because that ag station's going to confiscate our stuff. At some point, we're going to. These apples are fantastic. Let's advertise for the apples. Hold them up so they can see. Trader Joe's. Talk about the flavor here. Read that.
Sweet cinnamon caramel.
These are the best apples I've ever had. And I mean, I like Fuji's, and what have I been buying a lot? Legala apples, and these things are awesome. Trader Joe's is a little frou-frou-y for my likings. I'm more of a just go to the store and grab something off the shelf kind of guy, but these things are fantastic. Anyway, we're going to try to eat about 6 or 8 up before we get to California, which is almost impossible.
We'll eat 3 apiece. There's
Sure.
6 in the bag.
We'll just wolf them down, and we're probably going to have intestinal issues like you wouldn't believe. But once we're into California, we're going to be going over the Tehachapi Pass, and I will do all of that in fourth gear. I might check back in with you at that point and tell you how it's going. So I don't know. Stick around. We'll see what happens.
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
Good. What can I get for you guys?
Well, it's our first time, so we're going to have to look at that really closely.
Well, I've had it in Alameda
Oh,
up
wow.
north, but yeah, he's never had it.
Do you put bacon on any of it?
We do not.
Ah.
I'm sorry.
I guess it's because it's supposed to be so good without bacon that I don't need bacon, right?
It's what the word says.
It's good.
Everybody needs bacon.
And then all the burgers come stocked with their spread, which is like a Thousand Island, lettuce, tomato. We have different types of onions if you wanted them cooked, not cooked. get crazy.
Okay.
We have pickles and chilies. There's more than just what's on the menu, so it just depends on what you like.
I think that the number 2 will work for me.
Okay,
No onions.
you got it.
And instead of a soft drink, may I get, you do shakes here, right?
Yes.
Okay, chocolate shake?
Okay. And for you?
I'll do the number 2, but not protein style, wrapped in lettuce.
Okay.
No tomato, no sauce, but
Okay.
mayo's fine.
We don't have mayonnaise.
Okay.
We have ketchup or mustard, and then our spread is like mayonnaise based.
But it doesn't have tomato in it.
The spread?
Yeah.
No, it has ketchup.
Yeah, I can't have ketchup.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Any mustard?
Sure. A little
So,
bit, yeah. And
Mustard and then onion. Would you like
grilled.
onion?
Yes,
Grilled
grilled
onion. So lettuce is fine, obviously,
Yes.
and then the grilled onion and mustard.
and pickle.
And pickles. You got it. Okay.
And I'll do a lemonade. No ice.
Okay. Did you want the pink or the light?
Light, please.
No ice. Anything else for you guys?
I think that's it.
Is this for inside the car? Or did you want it in bags to go?
I was going to say in bags to go, but we're going to eat in the car.
It just depends, like if you want boxes for your lap, or if you are just like.
Oh, sure. Let's do that.
You got it. So it's gonna be $15.93 at that first window.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Well, that seemed relatively painless. Now we just got to wait in the line. How many cars are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think maybe 10.
Yeah, maybe 10.
Yeah, with her taking orders back here, it's kind of like, it's reminiscent of Chick-fil-A because they get it done quickly.
Mm-hmm. All you have to do is just you go up to the window and they say this is what.
But in Visalia,
It wasn't. They didn't have anybody standing outside.
no. Visalia and Hanford.
Uh-huh.
Where else did I go? There was another. I guess it was Hanford. I just didn't realize it when I pulled up on it. And no, we just sat and
Right.
sat. And
Yeah.
after sitting for about 5 minutes, it felt like 10, but it's probably only 5, and we didn't even move. So I was like, nope, I'm out of here.
Wow.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, it's more efficient to, have somebody out here taking in your order and
Just a little down the minutes, we get some cross flow in here.
yes, that'd be wonderful. Kingman, protein style, wrapped in this. It's gonna go
And then some people are wondering about taking a trailer through
drive-through.
like this, but I can get through anything that the car will fit through. The trailer will follow, and I can certainly get through anything that one of these big pickup trucks will fit in. So I'm not worried about it at all. When I go through drive-throughs, even really tight, twisty ones, sometimes I see tire marks on the curbs because of trucks that are trying to go through and run up on the curbs. That doesn't happen here. I don't hit curbs. So, yeah, this is working fine. My total length is kind of like driving a Sprinter that articulates in the middle, because I can just twist around anything. So exciting! We're just moments away from getting my very first In-N-Out burger. All right, here we go.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Would you like ketchup?
No, thank you.
Thank you. And there you go.
That's a little different.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Birdie!
That would have been an interesting catch on
Oh
camera.
my gosh! That poor thing.
Well, it's his own
I
fault.
wonder how stunned it got.
Some drunk bird just flew into the car. I'm barely going 5 miles an hour, so I know it didn't hurt him.
Well, probably stunned him a little bit.
Well, it looks like a burger.
It's a really good burger.
It's good. It's got like a old drive-in type of taste to it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Diane and I went to a place called the Cuckoo Burger, I think, on Route 66.
Did you?
I think we're going to go there too, depending on how our route
On
gets
the drive
changed up.
back?
Yeah. But this has that vibe to it, old school drive-in burger. I don't know what they call that when you drive up and park. Kind of like a Sonic, but it doesn't taste like Sonic at all. But that style of drive-in place. All right, I'm going to turn this off because I know you're not here to watch me eat. For the most part, I'm done with the burger and working on the shake. The fries are done. I didn't eat them all the fries. They probably are really good when they're fresh. So if you're dining in and you have them fresh, they're probably good. They're nice and crisp. You got a snap to them, and I like them like that. But otherwise, I can see why people might not like them. Somebody once described them to me as a hot mess. I don't think I agree with that, but they're probably really good when they're fresh.
So how did you like your In-N-Out burger?
It was all right.
Was it?
It was, we were in line for, what do you think, 15 minutes?
Oh, probably not even that.
So it was worth a 15-minute wait. But elsewhere, where the wait would have been 30 minutes, it's not worth that.
No.
So not worth a 30-minute wait, but worth a 10-minute wait, maybe 15. I'd already said in another clip while you were out that the fries were okay, probably better when they're hot.
Yes, they are definitely better when they are hot.
And I didn't comment, but my shake was good. I liked it well enough.
Good.
And now my belly's full. We're about 3 hours plus a stop or two away from our final destination. I don't want to say our final destination in California, but our primary destination in California. We're still going to go to one or two other places in the state, but when we arrive today, we'll be here for 2 nights, right? Today's Wednesday?
Yes.
So we'll be there Thursday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, maybe Friday. I'm going to talk to you about that one in a minute.
Okay.
And yeah, then we're gonna reevaluate some of our travel plans here. The 600 miles a day crap, whew, that we're not made for that anymore. I remember when I was young, I would transfer. Like my first couple of transfers were before I met you, and I would drive 800 miles in a day. Can't do that now. We're just beat. Both of us are beat, and so as much as I'd like to say we're going to sleep in tomorrow, I don't think we're going to.
Yeah.
Maybe Friday, sleep in a little bit. Don't know. No, can't sleep in on Friday. We got to take Diana to the airport, and she's got to be there at 5 a.m., which means we got to hit the road at 4. So I don't know if I'm ever going to sleep again. But we're going to slow down the schedule a little bit. Instead of driving 600 miles a day, maybe cut it back to 500 or 450. We'll see. And yeah, I might wind up taking more PTO, which I don't think will make my boss happy, but well, got to do what I got to do. Sort of. I don't know. So I'll get back to you. The sun set pretty quickly after that last session. And then the next day, the tempo picked up. And yeah, tune in next time to see what happened. As always, I appreciate you being here. Take care.